matter what it is in life that you want, you gotta go out there and get it. Just don't let it come to a sleeper but a dream. Never give up on your goals. Stay focused on you. Focus your view. Succeed, cause I'm hoping you do. Keep climbing.
What's up, team? This is Robert Porter and Ipiani Lockhart with the I Love San Bernardino County radio show on KCAMDC 106.5 FM, 1050 AM. We will talk politics, culture, and history. What's up, Ipiani?
Oh, feeling great.
And we got Chubsy's in the house. Then we got Henry Nickel in the house. Wax skateboards. It's going to be an incredible show. We got a lot of stuff to get through. I definitely would like to mention our sponsor, Celebrities Bar and Grill over on 40th. Please go down there and have some family fun. They just had their sewer fixed. It cost a lot of money. They need local support, team. Go on down there. It smells good. They got good food. They got alcohol if you want it. You know, if you don't, you have a virgin margarita like I do. So we went down there with my mama on Sunday, and I had chicken tacos. There was 2 each, and it was $13 for both of us. So like, you know, like we didn't have a lot of money, but we got out of there for under $20, and then we needed a $5 tip. So it was a good deal. So head on down there, and Max has got a kid menu coming up and all that stuff, the good stuff. So I should probably have him talk to you.
I love that place.
Yeah.
The chicken tacos. Get the chicken tacos.
Shout out Max.
And he's got a new cook on Sundays too that does some stuff in the morning too. So check out Celebrities Bar and Grill on Instagram, and they do a lot of stories on there. So awesome. He keep you up to date. He keep you up to date. I'd also like to mention our standout of the week. Where did he show up? Joe! But were you surprised?
Oh yes.
Yeah. So Joe thinks he doesn't do anything. He thinks he just sits in the community and hides out, and he's always quiet. But like he does stuff from behind the scenes, and he deserves recognition for that. Right? You have started a business with the help of your friends that has inspired this whole community, dude. Awesome. I know he's a hardcore guy, man, and he's got some crazy stuff, and he makes it happen and stuff, but you're there in the background doing your thing and helping him too. I've seen you on those fries that whole time, dude, keeping those fries perfect. I never had bad fries. Never had no bad tater tots either.
Yeah, I was about to say, I could have swore I saw something about the tots on a certain day, and you brought them back.
Only on Tuesdays.
Okay,
Tuesdays.
Tuesday tots.
Ooh, there's onion rings sometimes, or onion rings.
We do. We have onion rings.
That's the secret menu?
We kind of keep them on the secret menu for like secret burgers and stuff.
Okay.
So if you do follow us on the Instagram, to make sure you can get all those good deals and all the secret burgers we got.
And, you know, that secrets come with big tips, right?
Always.
Yeah.
And big flavors, so.
Okay. And I'd like to thank you, Joe. And I've gotten a lot of shirts. Practically my wardrobe is Chubsy's. and I felt so bad. Oh, he's got a wax skateboard and I Love San Bernardino collab shirt right there. Yeah. And and a Chubsy's hat. Oh,
the Chubbs pool.
Woo! Yeah, I love it. That one's cool.
I need one of those, bro.
I show my boxers.
Yeah, now I feel underdressed. I had my Chubsy's hat and everything lined up, and I forgot it at home. Next time, but I do wear it everywhere, and I want to say wherever I wear that little Chubsy's, people be looking at me, and I think, man, do they recognize me? Am I that cool? Yeah. Am I really that famous? No. I'm wearing a Chubsy's hat, and they're like, what is that little dude? And that makes me hungry, right?
People love the character.
Yeah.
Like they do, like you guys hit that branding out of the park. Like people love the Chubsy's. I'm assuming his name is Chubsy.
Yeah.
Is that his name? What?
Yeah, Chubsy. It's Chubsy Wubsy. We had Sesh House Printing Sesh House Printing with Jason that helped us do that. So he's been able to help us get our branding out there all the way.
We just need the Chubsy's action figure now. I know you. It's in the works.
We've talked about it. We've talked about it. Some collectible 3Ds and stuff. So
like with the Chubsy for kids build.
Have you had a Chubsy Smashburger yet?
I haven't had
All
a
right.
Chubsy.
So
I gotta come by.
So stand out of the week, and then Victor, you got you know,
but I gotta get some onion rings.
Yeah.
on it.
Oh yeah, we'll take care of you.
There you go.
So
There you
good.
go.
Thank you, Joe. I just wanted to recognize you for the things that you do that sometimes I don't think you realize, but you do.
No,
Okay?
100%. For
Yeah.
100%. We shout out
Appreciate
Joe.
it.
Without Joe, there would be no Chubsies. You know, he's been there for the beginnings, and you know, without him, we wouldn't have been able to get through some of the tough times that we did. So, thank you.
Well said.
And he fed a lot of San Bernardino's on Friday night.
Oh, 100%. And he puts up with my BS all the time.
Think how many lives you saved from hunger and starvation by making sure they had some food after a good something and enjoying some Chubsies, right?
100%.
You know this.
San
You know what?
Bernardino's.
That makes me think of an idea, and anybody can help me with this as well. But donating $100 to feed the first responders and the firefighters that fought the fires. Let's organize that, and I definitely got $100 to. Hopefully that pays for at least 10 burgers or something.
Yeah, we'll
like
definitely
that.
We'll match
For
that
sure.
with you. Yeah, we'll
Okay,
definitely
for sure.
match.
We'll
So
definitely make that
whenever
happen.
you guys want to do that.
So one time we did that at Celebrities for the first responders, and unfortunately they couldn't receive the stuff. But later on, we did it again, and we just did it, and we talked to them, and we specifically gave it to the police department, and we made all these wraps, me and Sandra Barra and Amy, and we all got together, made these wraps, and Tanya took it over there to the police department.
Awesome.
So maybe call one of the...
Reach out to the firefighters.
Yeah, local fire.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll take free food. Essentially,
We'll
you know.
figure it out. We'll figure it out.
Yeah, or maybe we give them those little Chubsy ticket.
Yeah. No, whatever we had to. For the most part, a lot of them come eat already, and they did come eat during the fires.
Awesome.
So we kind of tried to
They-
take
they
care of them
already
while they were
know.
there as much as they could.
No,
You
I hear
know,
you. God bless you. for
drinks
that,
and
man.
stuff, but
Beautiful.
discounts for sure. But no, whatever
sure.
we can do, let's
All
do
right,
it.
let's make it happen.
Yeah, we also have evacuation centers in the county, so people are under mandatory evacuation in some areas, so, yeah, I
Maybe
know
we
we've got
can
one
try
in Fontana and Victorville, so,
Oh,
yeah.
so
yeah.
if we can probably help them out too,
Yeah,
donate
yeah,
towards
that
that way
would be
too.
helpful.
Yeah,
Nice.
Gatorades and things are
Yeah,
good for
yeah,
them.
yeah.
And they usually have some place that receives those items. Don't mob up on them, team. They do not want you to do that. Like there are steps to this. That's why I make sure everybody knows, because I've already been through it and
'Cause you
ran
just
into
run up on
yeah.
them.
You can run straight into a wall. I promise you. So make sure you dot your I's and cross your T's, right?
The Red Cross is the
Yeah.
one that's coordinating with
Yeah.
it.
And Ricardo Tombach is a
Yep,
good person
yep,
to coordinate through
Ricardo's-
him.
Yep, good guy.
Good team. And that is Standout of the Week is brought to you by Ben Chavez with First Lineage Site Services. Thank you, Ben, for helping us over 2 years, helping us do this. So, I mean, I put a lot of smiles on people's faces. Yanni's putting smiles on people's faces, and they weren't even expecting to smile that day. So that is our gift, and Ben and his family helped make that possible. Thank you very much, Ben Chavez with First Lineage Site Services. All right, our main event today is Mr. Henry Nickel,
Thanks for having me, Robert.
candidate for the
5th Ward of San Bernardino, yeah, the area near Cal State University.
Go Yotes.
Yep.
So where does it kind of encompass?
Well, we have the 210 freeway to the south, more or less East Street on the east side, and then everything following the north side of the 215 freeway up to Devore. So, and our area of the city is actually growing. So my district
lot of
keeps
houses,
shrinking and it keeps moving. So I used to have areas closer to Celebrities when I first started as a council member. Now my area is much further west because we built so much houses, so many houses.
You're welcome to manipulate
Yeah.
that mic if you wish.
So yeah, it's a growing area of the city,
Okay.
growing fast.
And having Cal State in there is that potential voters or like not?
Well, we
really, or how
obviously
does that work?
students that live on or near the campus are voters.
So
One of the challenges we have is in that area of the city is so many of our students are transient or they commute. So we don't have as much of a resident student population as a lot of other cities that have universities.
So do they do they stay registered
Well,
at home
yeah.
or?
Yeah, a lot of them commute to the school. So, but we are seeing an increase in student housing. So that portion of our constituency is growing.
Would they still get involved there, or still maintain their registration at their parents?
Usually they maintain their registration. We've been watching the numbers.
We need
We've
to-
seen a
that's what we
slight
work on.
uptick. We've seen a slight uptick in younger voters in that area of the city. But like I say, it's a growing area of the city. We have a lot of new voters that have been added to the roll since
Lot of
2020.
houses, too.
A lot of new houses. So a lot of people that aren't as familiar with what's happened in our city politically. And so it's really about educating them, helping them understand some of the key challenges we have as a community and some of the great things we have as a community. We have a lot of great things.
Totally. A question I have, is there a threshold that the city has to grow to where you might have to add another ward? Say if it continues to grow the population, do we have to add another council member? Is there a threshold or anything?
Well, the city charter, which is basically the constitution of the city,
The summertime, it was only a quarter each way, so I literally went a bunch of times for 50 cents. And everybody was all like, you went on the bus from San Bernardino? I'm like, yeah, I went on the bus, and it was super comfortable.
As teenagers, when we didn't have cars, that's how we got around,
Yeah.
was the bus, you know?
And that's something that people, I always try to, with the videos, I try to show them that you can literally go anywhere. And from San Bernardino, you can take the bus, you can take the plane now. They also have the Metrolink, which I love because the Metrolink, I take it everywhere. I take it from here to Oceanside on the weekends.
Definitely.
And that is just amazing. And it's only $10 round trip. You can, again, sleep on the way there, play video games like I do,
There you
so
go, there you go.
I try to make those videos to show people. Like last year, it was for Halloween Horror Nights in Universal Studios, and I showed a how-to video to get from the Metrolink from Union to the Red Line, and then from the Red Line, it drops you off directly in front of
That's awesome, Jason. I think
there.
that's
So,
cool.
I mean, there's so many ways to go about it, and I've talked to a lot of people that like live more towards the city area, and a lot of them, what they tell me is most of the time they never get out, and it's crazy because it's like I look at it and I'm like, oh, dude, there's like all this transportation, and they don't see it like that. Like their neighborhood block is like where they just like grow up for the rest of their lives and just stay right there, you know.
Amy and the fam just went to Chinatown on the train.
Oh,
just went
that's
to
so
pick
awesome.
them up at the transit center, and
Yeah.
it was easy.
Yeah, the next thing that I would really like for San Bernardino to do, and I know it wouldn't cost too much money, is to possibly build a bike trail because Rialto just finished their bike trail, and it connects all the way from Fontana to Rancho Cucamonga to Claremont, and something like that can get people more out, more exercise, and also too, having stuff like that, you'll see cities. I mean, not cities. You'll see families coming out and riding along, like I just did that with my family,
Awesome.
And then, Mr. Nickel knows about Blair Park. Blair Park is like awesome now. Like you go down there at nighttime, and it's just families just hanging out, walking the dogs, going up the hill. I take my
That's a
e-bike
hardcore
out.
hike.
Yeah, it's just amazing though, because like I'll go out to other cities to feel the same comfort, and now it's starting to happen in that area because I live in Muscoobie area, and I'm a homeowner as well, and I've been a homeowner for 12 years, and I can tell the big difference from 12 years ago. 12 years ago, there wasn't people walking with their dogs out at nighttime and stuff like that. So I do see a big positive thing, and especially with the transportation and just to get people to see it by making these little videos, it shows it. And what I was telling Robert is my next mission is going to be taking the Amtrak from San Bernardino to Chicago and showing a video of how that process as well too. I mean, it's 2 days, but I figure I could play games, Oh, Seattle?
Yeah.
I got to try that one too.
Seattle's really awesome.
Yeah. But I mean,
Incredible.
it's incredible, and
So how do we watch these videos? I know you have your own little spot where you keep them, right?
yeah, it's on TikTok. It's called Conjure Your Luck, and that's my TikTok, and it has all different videos, and any questions like that, I'd be happy to answer them. But it's just, I just want to bring awareness to people in San Bernardino that there's so much ways to get around, and you don't necessarily need a car. You can just,
Totally.
and it's amazing. Like I said, it changed my life for sure. I got my e-bike, so I take my e-bike on the Metrolink everywhere I go, and I went to Oceanside and rode like 8 miles on my bike and came back, and it's just an amazing feeling to be not restricted with car and parking and gas and all these maintenance fees, and it's just, I feel so liberated from it.
There you go.
And I know a lot of people, they think, oh, you taking the Metrolink or the bus, but I'd rather be comfortable and happy than be in traffic all upset and stressed out,
Totally.
I hate traffic. Ugh.
And one thing that you kind of spoke on that I know is so true, sadly, with many of our residents, that they're limited kind of thinking, right? Because it's lack of exposure. And the fact that you are utilizing the transit that's already offered here in our community to expand your horizons, to go to the beach. Because I used to roam for a group of guys when I used to do rap with the Blunt Bros, and my crew was the Franklin Estates, right? For half of those brothers, they had never seen the beach in real life. It was just something they saw on television, right? So it's so many that are living that reality here, and that you don't have to live that. You can conjure your luck by accessing, the transportation, utilizing the resources that are here to expand your horizons, to have a good time, So I think that's a beautiful thing that you're doing, and
thank you.
I might have to download TikTok just to follow you, man.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. I mean, I've even done ones to save money too. Like if somebody wanted to take a trip to like Orlando, I can get them a 2-person trip with like for 7 days with the car and the plane ticket and the hotel for like, I think it was like $650 or $700.
I'm giving you a call right now.
Yeah, I mean, I come across all these deals, and I just want to show people like, hey, we always procrastinate and say, oh, well, we can't afford it. It's like, put it in your head that you can, because it doesn't cost that much.
Once you're done, you did afford it, right?
Yeah, exactly.
For real.
So,
and you could save up for these things. Like if you just put away $50 a month, right? And you do that for a course of a year, there's your $700, your $600 right there. And then next month you got 50, there's your $650. Now you're 7 days in Orlando with a rent-a-car. And the plane ticket's already included, and a hotel and all that jazz, right?
You can go to the beach too. You can go so many spots.
Yeah, exactly. And I love it, because the more that I travel, the more I realize like what America really is.
It's
you
so
know what
important
I'm saying?
too.
And same thing with other countries. When you go to other countries and you learn get into their culture, it's really nice. Like I drove 1,200 miles in a pickup truck to Vancouver, Canada.
Awesome.
Yeah, because they had like these cannabis cafes, so I was like, I want to try that when I turn 19. So me and my buddy literally went up there.
Road trip.
And I mean, just the culture shock from there is just awesome. Like they were so humble, they were so happy. But the main thing that they were pumped about, like asking me, was because we had Arnold Schwarzenegger as our governor at the time. So they're like, dude, Arnold's your governor.
Terminator.
But, I mean,
Get to that chopper.
like,
I know it's terrible.
The Canadians just amazing. Like to me, like I felt so. It feels like America, but it feels like Europeanish a little bit.
Yeah, that's a good description.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, these shirts that we're wearing here, right?
Yeah,
so we got Chubsy's, and we got the Empire.
The Empire Podcast.
San Bernardino.
Yeah.
Like, if somebody wants a
Chubb
shirt,
Pool.
yeah. How do we get a hold of Wax Skateboards and?
Okay. Well, yeah, I design all the. Well, I design the shirts, but I also do the direct to transfer film for the shirts. And my buddy Choker Tap, shout out to him. He's the one that actually silk screens the shirts. But me and him have worked in cahoots for each other for like, I'd say about 10 years. So we're always like, we work as a good team. So he's pretty much the one that's, well, me and him both, we've been lacing everybody up really good.
There you go.
The best way to follow is if your brand needs any stickers, shirts. I have a small business called Sesh House Printing, and that's at Instagram. And then if you wanted to get some of our merch, it's at Wax Skateboards. And then the Nostalgia Kills is my toy vintage retro clothing company. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Oh, and then like I just do freelance work, so if you want to check me out, it's at Mr. Wax 13.
I've been thinking about Jason a lot because I've been going through my '80s toys and thinking about mashups because like some of these characters.
Thundercats.
Yeah, man, this is cool stuff.
On that note, Jason does have like an awesome collection of like the toys that we grew up on. It's it's like awesome. Man.
I love everything. Like He-Man's my favorite though. He-Man is like He-Man is the master of the universe.
There you go. And you gotta love Skeletor. You know, I love the Skeletor memes that you see.
Did you see my Outer World stuff?
better.
Oh, I'll show you that. He-Man, like it was almost like fake He-Man. Outer World.
Insectoids was cool too. I don't know if you remember Insectoids.
I tell you, dinosaur.
Dino Saucers.
Yeah,
Dino Saucers was awesome.
I think I watched every one of those, but I don't remember any of them. So I have to go back and rewatch them.
They're good. Like all the ones for there's a lot of cool ones in the 80s, but what I found out is that the animation style, the reason why it looked like that is because America was outsourcing their animation to Japan and not North Korea, South Korea.
Okay.
And that's why a lot of our 80s cartoons kind of had the anime type of look. You know what I'm saying?
I believe
It may have been in North Korea. They're finding now that a lot of places are, farming their work out to them. Yeah, they're like, whoa.
And
North Korea's doing our work for us.
on that tip, as far as like old school shows, I recently found out that the Power Rangers, when the version we watched, most of those clips were from Japan, and they just did the parts that was videotaped in the States were when the teenagers was talking, but everything else it was already made, and they were just
they were redubbing it.
Yeah, redubbing it like I was like, yo, but it's awesome. I love manga. Ninja Scrolls is one of my favorite. One of my favorites. Shout out to Jubei. You know what I mean? For real.
Yeah. Like, to me, I love Japanese culture. That's, like, one of my favorites because, like, their artwork and then some of their crazy ideas. Like, there's this manga called something Neverland, but it's crazy. It's about an orphanage that raises all these smart kids, and you're thinking, oh, it's cool. And then they're raising them to harvest them to aliens and stuff, and it's like, whoa! Like, I didn't even think about that. Like,
Didn't see that coming.
Yeah, it's just their whole mindset too. That's one place I definitely got to visit.
I'm saving up for a dream vacation right now to Japan. I got about 3,000 saved. I'm trying to save up to 5,000. I'm trying to take a cruise out of Tokyo, and it hits 3 ports in Japan, and then it also goes to South Korea. So I'm trying to make that happen, man. Because that's my dream. That's my dream place too, brother. Like for real.
Yeah,
for real.
they got so much cool stuff. Like their culture is so cool, and what I like about it too is they're all quiet on the metro because sometimes people get rowdy on the metro. Like they're loud, like hello.
I hear you. There's way more like honor associated to their culture.
Yeah, they're very more like respectful for everybody. Like I heard there's no trash even laying around over there.
They'll probably beat you up if you do trash.
So follow Sesh House.
Sesh House Printing if you need your printing done.
On Instagram.
Sesh_.
Yeah, Sesh_printing at Instagram.
Or Jason Lola on Facebook. And, or hit me or Yanni up, and we will definitely throw you his way, our Chubsies. So we have we had a grand opening of a brick and mortar a few months ago.
I was there.
Was that Chubsies?
Hey now.
You went from pop up to non-stop up.
There you go.
We're trying. Yeah.
Now you're doing it.
Pop up to being a restaurant.
Yeah, straight up. Yeah, like me and my mama sit down there with our Chubsies burgers and just get all Chubsies all over our face.
No, it was really hard.
Chub face. That sounds like a real chub face.
But you can't get Chubsies on Mondays. But I did see that you were doing some kind of like survey or something.
Yeah, I mean, I'm already working 6 days a week.
Yeah.
I only take Mondays off like today, but yeah, I'm trying to make it happen so that we can open up on Mondays too somehow. So
yeah, that's the conundrum that every business owner always has. You are never off work.
No.
I wake up at 3 in the morning sometimes to work for I Love San Bernardino. People don't think I work, but I do.
Yeah.
It's freaking hard to wake up half an eye open, right? So now you're trying to decide, well, do I have another day open or not. So then you have to have the staff there available.
So we got to either increase staff or just add hours for some people.
And then it's got to equal enough to where the amount of money brought in is more than the
it's
amount of money it
profitable.
costs to run the
Yes.
building.
It's got to
during the
be
day.
cost effective
Yeah.
for
Totally.
ours to do it. But I mean, the main part, I guess, is just getting people to just work an extra day and stuff like that. But I think I kind of like a day off though. It's
Yeah,
nice. I get it.
I think,
kinda like
I think
my day off.
Rosemaria's did it for years, and they still do. Sunday they don't work, right?
Oh.
And then you have to go to Highland again.
For the Fontana
Yeah.
location.
Yeah,
'cause
yeah.
that's- I hit that one up.
Yes.
But my question for you, Vic, because for some of our audience may not know your story of how you got to Chubsy's and what the impetus was for you and Joe, what started you guys down this mission. Could you kind of share the background of how Chubsy's came with the fire at the warehouse and stepping out on faith and having the courage to pursue, having the convictions.
Yeah,
to
and
pursue
an
it?
oxbow.
I mean, really, it just started because I was in college. So I was in college. I was working at a warehouse, and even though I was working at a warehouse, I had already been thinking of another job. But I was in college, and I was trying to make some more money. And it was during the COVID was just starting, so a lot of restaurants were shutting down. I see all these taco spots, and everybody was making money at the time. There's 5 taco spots next to each other, all had a line. So I didn't want to sell tacos. I just wanted to do something different. So eventually we just started selling patties, and we started with frozen patties and shifted over to smash burgers after I learned what that was. And it was just a little more cost effective, a little easier to do, and it just made the process easier.
They taste better too.
Yeah, and it tastes better. Yeah.
That crust on the burger, I tell everybody, it just adds a different dynamic to the burger.
And it's
like-
quicker too. Like you can
Yeah,
get
that
out,
is true.
get in and out quick.
Totally. That's what we're shooting for.
I mean, luckily we were able to set up in a tent for 3 years without anybody bothering us.
Amen.
No, the city never came and messed with us. So
Awesome.
even though a lot of tents were getting shut down throughout the city, we were pretty blessed not to be messed with. So
Awesome.
we were in, I
Good
think,
product.
yeah. I mean, we had a lot of police officers that were coming to eat already.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
a lot of
There you go.
even
Count
like
your
city council members were coming to eat and.
Word up.
You're like sending boxes to code enforcement and stuff.
Yeah.
Hey, what's up?
Yeah, you know, we had
Chubsy's.
a couple customers that were code enforcement too, so which was
And-
kind of.
And they were up to code. The burgers were up to code.
I don't know if that's the reason they never messed with us, but yeah, but luckily
I imagine it was.
the city left us. I mean, that just goes to show that if the city would allow it and let small entrepreneurs actually work and help them, that you can get to a level to where they want to and try to influence the city and help the city, you know?
Totally.
'Cause-
On a more serious note, speaking towards that, advocating with a few groups. We were at the Board of Soups a few months ago, where they were talking about trying to slate like $400,000 to create like enforcement to go after the vendors, and we were advocating why not utilize that $400,000 to create a pipeline to show them how they get all the the right
All the
permitting,
tools, yes.
get all the tools. Because
Or allow home kitchens. Man, I fought 3 or 4 times in there for that.
there's cottages,
There's
like
a lot
my
of-
mom ran a cottage business with her tea cakes.
Riverside County allows home kitchens,
Yeah.
but we won't because Victorville, every time they bring it up, goes in there and because the cities have a say in it, because the county controls the regulations
Oh,
with
wow.
food.
Yeah.
So because
And
once
there are programs back east where they'll have commercial kitchens
In a
where
restaurant.
yeah, and
Yeah.
you can utilize those, and they designate
Yeah.
time and space. And the
And
city
you
can
can't
do
do that
that. You know,
locally.
cities can do this. And here's the thing: I'm tired of cities saying you can't do this. I want cities that can start saying we can do
Yes,
this,
can.
and this is how we're going to do it. We want to help you. When people get up every morning and they want to work,
Come on.
why are we discouraging that?
criminalizing
No, we
them,
want to
right?
encourage that. If
Totally.
you're doing something and you're making you want to make a good living,
Definitely.
we want to help you.
Yes,
and
indeed.
people that get up every morning and bust their butt to make a decent living. I don't want to be their enemy. I want to be their partner.
Because-
There is some sideways. I did know a couple that made cheesecakes, and she would rent out a restaurant in the evenings once they closed.
Yeah, they're called maker spaces back
Yes.
east. They call them maker
So,
spaces.
so you could
Yeah.
probably even do that.
I mean,
Yeah.
I've thought about opening. I think they have some cloud kitchens out here already. Sunbury doesn't have nothing like that,
I hear you.
and we can
we got
definitely.
all this space.
We have a lot of. I think the main problem goes back to the homelessness. No one really wants to talk about that too much, but it's really hard. Nobody wants to come to this city because, like you said, you probably don't see it too much in your ward, but because you can go
Oh,
to
we do.
Blair
Yeah,
Park,
we actually do. We have
They're
tents right
camping on our
there.
back
Yeah,
fence.
they're all over. And that's another thing. We've got to have a way that we can help people get back on their feet.
I mean, if you go to our park, you can't even go to our park.
I know.
So, like Paris Hill Park, I can't take my daughter to Paris Hill Park. People have to go outside the city just to be able to take their kids to a decent park. So,
Safe, clean, prosperous city. That's our job, and you got to hold us accountable for ensuring that.
and if we want people to spend money in this city, we gotta have people gotta be safe, feel safe to go out.
Exactly.
That's why people go out to LA. People don't feel safe going out in the streets of San Bernardino to spend money.
Word up,
So it kind
word
of
up.
makes it hard to get that sales tax that we need. So
No, totally, because it
You know.
is the lifeblood of our community. And back to Chubsy's real quick. Joe, how's your experience been, like, being there at the genesis of Chubsy's and being the fry guy, the guy that's flies high on the French fries, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
How's the experience been for you?
It's been pretty amazing just to see the growth from the everyday grind, and just to see where we came from as like you guys say, the pop up from behind Alex's jumpers to we would have slow days, and I'd throw on the anonymous mask and the poncho and the hat and wave wave a little. Yeah, to get people to come in, and it's like I told Vic the other day, I was like, man, imagine those. You remember those days, or like this whole summer of like not working outside because it was 110 and we're inside a restaurant now, so puts a smile on my face. I'm like, man, like thinking about the rain that's gonna come, eventually gonna come. We're like, well, we don't have to shut down no more because we're indoors. So it's been amazing, and then to see all the people that have been with us from the beginning, or even now, or people that barely try it for the first time, they're hooked. They're like,
I heard the famous
what you put in the
Phineas is
burger?
working there now.
Mr. Van, yeah, for sure. Awesome person.
I know we're getting circling.
The San
towards-
Bernardino.
Yes.
I know we're circling towards home base. I was just wondering if each one of you could kind of offer, from a business perspective to a youth or someone out there that's considering opening a business, if you could kind of speak life into them to encourage them to know that, hey, you can start a business here in this community, and it's really needed that you do start it here if you want to see the betterment of the community, especially if you dwell here and live here.
True. Yeah. Don't leave to Las Vegas or Texas, or stay here, build here, and just grind, work. Everybody will see it. Like like you guys all around here are products of the hard work. And I guess that's why I'm here, because you guys notice it, and I would just say, just do that and be consistent. Like Vic is very consistent
And
with
find a good partner like this, man.
Is my guy?
And partners are important, man.
Oh, for sure. Like,
Yeah, like this one right here. Yeah.
No, you definitely got to find someone to help you push each other, help. And I would say just don't.
Right,
Just give
yeah.
it, don't give
Jason
up.
pushes in ways you never even realized, and then you're like
most dead.
bulked up,
No,
looking
definitely.
sharp.
So you said never give up.
No, I would definitely say if you have an idea or a dream, just do it. Just don't
Be
hesitate.
persistent.
Don't wait for later for
Don't
your
hesitate.
dreams.
Don't do it because someone else will do it if you don't. So
And how about yourself, Jason?
I like to quote Ray Bradbury, one of my favorite authors as a kid. Jump off a cliff and build your wings on the way down.
Yeah. And Mr. Nickel,
I don't disagree with that. I think that's a great philosophy. Yeah, put yourself on death ground. You got no choice but to succeed.
yeah. To get more information, please check out your website.
HenryNickel.com.
All right. Thank you, Ibiani. This has been a great show.
Before we leave, what's the location, the address for Chubsy's?
yeah, so if you want to come try one of our Chubsy's burgers, meet Joe and myself. We'll be at 2344 Sterling Avenue in the beautiful city of San Bernardino, rejuvenating Sterling and
By
Highland.
the crazy boss.
By the new Crazy Boss. We are going to be having an event this 19th of October, Trunk or Treat. So bring your families, bring your kids, bring everybody. We're going to have cosplay. We're going to team up with Sesh House Printing. We're teaming out with Team Nostalgia. We're going to have cosplay for kids there, a couple cosplay players. So come through October 19th, 5 to 8. Bring your cars.
I'll be there.
All right.
Mustard fried.
There you go.
And this is Robert Porter and Piani Lockhart with the I Love San Bernardino County Radio Show, and we are
NBC News on KC.